And bam, we're back out on the outside again here. It's amazing how this works. But Randy, tell us a little bit the outside of the Vengeance here. We've got a nice wrap on the front. Instead of the fiberglass that we see a lot of delamination in.
Absolutely, just a nice way to do it. It's going to keep the slope to it too, which is going to cut wind when we're going down the road. Nice and easy to keep clean. We've got the stone guard on here. A couple other things on the front of this. A lot of people don't know this about Chad as well. Chad used to be a professional motocross racer back in his youth, and we used to build him trucks to go out on the road. So when we were building these trucks, you're really designing to be out off the grid, not in a campground, and you're using the trailer for a little bit different purposes. So Chad and I both know a little bit about this. We've got a generator rack. We've got a place to put 2 batteries. We've got a huge awning on the front of this. We've got plenty of LP storage, so we can be off the grid for a long time with this guy and still be able to use this camper the way we want to use it. And that's really important at those tracks when you're sitting there for a week, when you're qualifying and getting into the mains and stuff like that.
So we've got the sweep back on the front, which is really nice, easier towing. We can use that half-ton pickup truck, that full-size SUV.
Absolutely.
The nice metal rack, which you pointed out here. I don't know if you can catch it from the video, guys, but we've got stabilizer jacks on the back here. We've got the nice jack on the front. This also has a fully enclosed heated underbelly. Randy, tell us why that's important.
A couple things. First of all, what I like about it, it keeps road debris out from anything we've got under the trailer. It also helps with rodents when we're not using the camper, when it's sitting behind the garage there on those months that we're not out using the guy. And it just keeps everything protected under there, and it also helps out with a little bit colder weather in these guys, so it gives us a little bit better R value having that dead airspace in there.
I was out at the Indiana RV show, and it was 97 degrees, and we had the air conditioning going on. And I can tell you, not only what advantage of that, it also kept us cooler on the inside by having that insulation.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. If we cut through here, we've got storage that goes all the way across the front. I'm not sure if this is locked. No, we've got it unlocked here. It passes all the way through. We can put our lawn chairs in there. We can put a lot of cool stuff in there. People don't realize that when you have stuff, they make some that have tiny compartment doors, and you don't know it until you own one. But this is a good sized door, and you put a bunch of stuff in there.
Anything that you want in there. The Rubbermaid bins, as you mentioned, the lawn chairs, there's always some downtime every time we do anything with one of these, so just a great way to keep that stuff out of the way. We're not tripping over it inside the trailer.
Triple entry steps. This is on the 25-footer. We get 2 doors. 21-footer, we're going to get, well, actually it's three doors. We got the ramp in the back
as well.
Yeah, which we'll catch in just a minute. So let's say 3 doors on this one, 2 doors on the 19-footer. We've got the nice electric awning here.
LCI's awning, full body of the coach. So we got lots of room, shaded from the sun, shaded from the elements. Easy as touching the button.
That's one thing too, people don't realize that how short the awning is until you buy one.
Exactly right. You're all huddling under that little spot out of the sun.
You got it. So we'll be able to catch some of this stuff closer. All right, we'll catch up with Josh. Let's cut back to the back section of this, Josh. We'll show him the ramp door, we'll show him the axles, we'll show him the jacks. We'll go from there. So let's start by taking a look at the spring assisted rear door on this. You can see here on the bottom, we've got the springs that go across. Those are, what are those, helper springs, Randy?
They are. I mean, I'm not a big guy anymore. Back in my youth I was. It's super easy to put down. It's not going to fall on us, and it's literally one-handed.
Yeah.
And you're done. Lock it up.
Yeah.
And this is going to take the padlocks, not some of the cheesy ones that we've seen in the past. We put a real master lock on there. Our stuff's going to be inside when we get back.
Yeah, that's what, and look at the size of the door. So we talked earlier about getting motorcycles or golf carts in and out. We've got a long door, and we've got that dovetail that comes down on here. So, and this has got some good traction to it. People can't see it from the video, but it's actually got like a sand, I don't want to say sand, but I guess
it's a textured paper on it. You know, I can walk on it. I'm not sliding down it. And again, when we're backing these bikes out of here, especially the larger ones, that can be a little bit of a difficult thing. Nice grade, and we've got plenty of place to put our feet. Our front brakes are going to grab. We're not going to be sliding those tires.
Got a little gutter above that door too to keep the rain when it's raining here, just to try to help keep the water from running straight down. As we come out back here, Josh, you can see these, we've got these crank down jacks, one on each corner of the rear here. We should always put those down when we're putting stuff in and out.
Absolutely, especially if we're not hooked to the truck. You know, sometimes these can get a little bit of light in the front end. I wouldn't be so worried about this particular one, but on that smaller one, that's going to be a very important feature. Also keeps the rock out of the trailer as we're walking around in there. Just going to keep it more residential inside where we're using it.
You know, before we get to the radio and stuff like that, we've got these aluminum wheels. Randy, what's the feature, you know, what's the benefit of aluminum wheels? I mean, granted, they're wonderful to look at, but there's actually some quality features.
Aluminum wheels always look cool. What brings it to me, coming from the service end of the business, and we've talked about this before, more air to those drums are going to keep our wheel bearing grease cooler. When it stays cooler, it's less apt to break down. We're less apt to have wear on the wheel bearings, and that grease is not going to push out to our brake system. So great way to do it.
Yep, we've got nitrogen filled tires on this one.
Yep, that thing will sit there over the winter and nitrogen isn't going to leak out like sometimes we see air, especially up here in the Northeast where our temperatures change so frequently and so quickly.
Sony speakers on all the radios.
Yep.
And we've got the
TV bracket outside. We got our coax cable right there, so we're typed into the antenna, and we've got 120 volts out here. So we've got our generator running. We're plugged into shore power. We can put a TV right out here, watch the sporting events for the weekend, or play our video games outside like we do at the racetrack a lot, just while we're killing time. Nice way to go.
Yep. Tinted safety glass on all the windows, and we've got the 3 steps in with the big handle.
Large entry handle, keyless entry on this guy. You know, if you've got 1 or 2 sets of keys, and there's many people using the trailers. Great way to do it. Tell the kids the code and they can get in.
Yep. Real quickly too, we're wrapping this up here, guys. Pete's RV Center sells trailers that other dealers don't match. That's why we're right by the factory. You can pick up at our Vermont store or Indiana store. We can deliver right to your home. Always compare options when you're looking at units, and people get fooled. They think our units are stripped down because we're $7,000 less than what you can buy it from Sam's RV dealership right next door.
Usually it's the other way around. We order ours pretty well loaded up, and the other guy that's holding out for the long dollar is going to have less equipment. We're going to be less money.
I mean, you look at things like the speakers, like the keyless entry. So always compare options when we're shopping price. And just remember, Pete's RV takes trades every day. We want your business. We offer competitive financing rates as well. So when you're thinking Pete's RV, or if you're thinking Toy Hauler, the Vengeance is a great brand to consider. Give us a call. We'll educate you on why this might be the right unit for you guys. Randy, thanks for your time today. We've got shows going on constantly every weekend at Pete's RV Center. So call here. They'll give you the best price right up front. No games played. And hopefully we'll make one of these yours.
Absolutely.